Hi everyone, welcome to the Thursday edition of Source 16 News. I'm Eddie Owen. Thanks for joining us. Well, during his speech last night, President Barack Obama spoke about the future of Afghanistan and his plans to bring more troops home, including the 101st Airborne Division. Fort Campbell officials say about 8,000 soldiers are currently deployed in Afghanistan and are scheduled to return to the local Army post this year during regular rotation. According to Obama, the troop drawdown was a result of service members, civilian personnel, and coalition partners working together and meeting goals. President Obama says starting next month, we'll be able to remove 10,000 of our troops from Afghanistan by the end of this year, and we'll bring home a total of 33,000 troops by next summer. According to Obama, after the initial reduction, including soldiers from Fort Campbell, troops will continue to come home at a steady pace, and Afghan security forces will be responsible for their own security. A man in Dawson Springs dug up an unusual find yesterday. Kentucky State Police say the Dawson Springs Police Department contacted them around 6:15 last night after receiving a call from a man that thought he might have dug up a hand grenade. Units evacuated the immediate area and set up a perimeter. The hazardous device section of KSP determined that it was, in fact, a live grenade. After securing the grenade, officials took it to a remote area where it was disposed of without incident. Authorities are investigating a report of a teenage girl who was allegedly raped at knife point last night. A 17-year-old female reported to Hopkinsville police that around 11:45 she was walking home from her boyfriend's house on a dirt path between the Brickyard Plaza IGA and North McPherson Avenue when a black male with a pocket knife came up from behind her and attacked her. The victim told police that she tried to fight off the perpetrator, but that he pulled her to the ground and held the knife to her throat while he raped her. According to the report, the girl finally kicked him off, got up, and ran to her mother's house while pulling up her pants. The victim stated to police that the black male was wearing a black t-shirt, black cargo-type pants, had a pointy goatee, and short black hair. An investigation into a complaint of manufacturing meth at a North Main Street residence netted the arrest of two Hopkinsville men. According to the Christian County Sheriff's Department, officers went to 1125C North Main Street around 4:40 Wednesday morning and smelled a chemical odor coming from a rear of the residence. After getting consent to search the home, police found several items used to manufacture methamphetamine. 42-year-old Jimmy Good Jr. and 29-year-old Daniel Haskins were taken into custody by the Sheriff's Department and charged with manufacturing meth, possessing and tampering with anhydrous ammonia, and other meth-related offenses. Both men were lodged in the Christian County Jail. And a story we first reported last night at 10, the Graves County Sheriff's Department is investigating the theft of $30,000 worth of computers from a local middle school. Sometime early Wednesday morning, Graves County Sheriff Dwayne Redmond told Source 16 someone took about 38 computer monitors and towers from the computer labs at Graves County Middle School, leaving the keyboards. He said no evidence of forced entry into the school has been found, but there were several events at the school Tuesday night, and he feels someone may have stayed behind and inside the school and then stolen the computers. Sheriff Redmond asked anyone with information regarding this theft to call his office at 270-247-4501 or Crime Stoppers at 247-5000. He said there is a $1,000 reward. A 2-week trial date was scheduled in Christian Circuit Court yesterday for 4 individuals accused of soliciting millions of dollars from investors in fraudulent real estate deals. Hopkins County Circuit Court Judge James Brantley scheduled an October 18th trial date for former Trigg County residents Sheila and Kenneth Kennedy of Clarksville and Robert and Ann Scarborough of Hopkinsville. After their pretrial conference yesterday, one of the defendants, former Trigg County Attorney Kenneth Kennedy, talked to Source 16.
Because Sheila Kennedy was transported here pursuant to a detainer. That's something that when you're in federal custody, the state sends a detainer, and then they have 180 days to either try or dismiss the case under what they call the IAD, which is the Interstate Agreement on Detainers. So that's why they had to bring her in and set a trial date within 180 days. So they got that done with the trial date being set October the 18th. And however, the judge also asked the parties to consider mediation, and they all were receptive to that. So the parties are going to be meeting between now and October in mediation to try to work out a solution to the case without it being tried.
According to U.S. Attorney Jerry E. Martin, the defendants convinced friends and family members to invest tens of thousands of dollars into fake real estate located in Kentucky, Indiana, and Nevada. Another defendant, Paul Russell, is considered to be a fugitive from the law. Judge Brantley is presiding over the case due to conflicting interests between the defendants and Christian Circuit Court judges. Motorists traveling in Callaway County tomorrow need to be aware of a lane restriction. The Kentucky Transportation Cabinet plans to restrict traffic to one lane on US 641 in the southern portion of the county to conduct a roadway compaction study on several sections of highway between Hazel and Murray. Motorists can expect to encounter one-lane traffic with alternating flow controlled by flaggers between 8 o'clock tomorrow morning and 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Motorists should use appropriate caution in this work zone. Well, the City of Madisonville Sanitation Department wants to remind the public on the regulations regarding refuse pickup. In accordance with the City Sanitation Ordinance, Section 9704, all solid waste must be deposited in the appropriate container for pickup. Any solid waste not placed in a city-supplied container will not be picked up by the Sanitation Department. City of Madisonville Sanitation Supervisor Robert James says we're reminding customers that due to safety reasons, the Sanitation Department is not allowed to pick up any solid waste that's not placed in a City of Madisonville supplied toter. By placing solid waste in a supplied toter, sanitation personnel can more efficiently perform their duties while also limiting the potential of injury from solid waste not placed in a supplied container. He adds that if the supplied 96-gallon toter is not sufficient for a residential customer to collect their weekly solid waste, customers may request an additional toter at $5 per month. For any questions regarding the Sanitation Department's operating procedures, call 270-824-2117. This week's Summer Music Fest concert in Mayfield will be a special one, featuring the mayor and some of her friends who will perform to raise funds for a special little girl. This Saturday's concert will be a benefit for 7-year-old Natalie Baldwin, the daughter of Mayfield Fire Department Captain Paramedic Jason Baldwin and his wife Atasha.
Natalie was 7 years old. She was born without any arms. Is just a trooper. You would just not know. We've just watched her grow up here. All of us city employees, and of course she's always at our Christmas parties and all of our get-togethers, and she just is a beautiful little girl. You just don't realize that she's different, you know, until you look and see that she doesn't have any arms.
Mayor Cantrell says Natalie is healthy, but she's developed a condition that requires surgery at the Shriners Children's Hospital in St. Louis.
She has, she's healthy, but because of the fact, one of her, on both of her little shoulders, she has like a part of a digit, and the left shoulder has more, it's more a finger really, and she uses that finger in a lot of, you know, things that she does to pick up things, and so she leans, you know, sort of, you know, leans to the left, and so she's developed scoliosis from that leaning as she has grown, and it's affecting her internal organs.
After looking for ways to help Natalie and her family, the mayor said they came up with the idea to get some of her friends together and make this weekend's Summer Music Fest concert a benefit to help out with the family's expenses during Natalie's 2-month recovery in St. Louis. The concert is normally free to the public. However, this weekend the mayor is asking for donations for Natalie from concert goers. The mayor and her friends will be performing some of their favorite types of music, Southern Gospel and Contemporary Christian. Saturday's Summer Music Fest concert gets underway at 7 at Harmon Park. Churchill Downs had to cancel live racing, training, and simulcast operations today after tornado-producing storms damaged 9 horse barns and some stable area buildings Wednesday afternoon. Churchill Downs officials report that 9 barns suffered significant damage as a result of the storm in the historic venue's barnyard, along with a number of stable area structures, including some living quarters for backstretch workers, seen in this video provided by WLKY. Officials arranged for the evacuation of about 150 horses to the Kentucky Fair and Exposition Center in close proximity to the track. Fortunately, there are no reports of injuries to workers or horses on site when the storm ripped through the area. Storms also caused significant damage around Papa John's Stadium and the University of Louisville campus. Kentucky State Police Post 1 in Mayfield is looking for an escapee from the McCracken County Jail. Police report 29-year-old Daryl Scott escaped from the jail around 7:30 last night and was last seen wearing an orange jumpsuit in the recreational area of the facility. Scott is described as a white male, 5'9", 160 pounds, with brown eyes, brown hair, a shaved head, and numerous tattoos all over his body. According to police, Scott was incarcerated on manufacturing methamphetamine and several armed robbery charges. Anyone with information of Scott's whereabouts is asked to contact Kentucky State Police 270-856-3721. The Louisville Zoo is getting a new and kind of cuddly exhibit. The zoo will soon be home to an orphaned polar bear cub that received national attention when she was found on Alaska's North Slope in April by employees of ConocoPhillips. The polar bear has been named Kinnick, which means snowflake in the Eskimo language, and it is also the name of the oil field where the polar cub was found. The cub's journey from the Alaska Zoo to Louisville has been dubbed Operation Snowflake. The polar cub was born last January in a snow den that her mother dug to protect her from the fury of the Arctic Alaska winter and was first spotted on Alaska's North Slope in February. It's unknown why the cub was separated from her mother and sibling, but officials say if Kinnick had not been rescued, she would have died. The 5-month-old Kinnick is scheduled to arrive in Louisville later this month and then will be quarantined for a period of time from public exhibit until she adjusts to her new surroundings.